You right, everyone, welcome back to the Hammer and Talk 2 YouTube channel where there's one person to speak about in the Premier League right now. It's that man Mo Salah. Again, Mohamed Salah has scored he scored 4 goals tonight against Watford. 4 goals. Oh my God, I think it's like 39 or something for the season, something crazy. The first goal, oh my God, let's speak about that first goal, it's brilliant. I think his name was Britosh, I think it's Britos or Britosh, the Watford defender. Oh God, Salah has the ball, comes inside. He twists and turns Britos and away, goes on the outside of him, but Britos just completely flops to the floor. If you look at the replay, it almost looks like a really naughty action, like his neck really twisting the way he fell to the floor. Salah just puts it past the keeper 1-0. This was a display of epic proportions in terms of a footballer. A player like completely in form, a player with the world at his feet right now. He's pretty young, so you know he can go anywhere he wants. I'm pretty sure he's happy at Liverpool. I mean, his form. You know, you see that when he scores and that after his goals, you see the players crowd around him. You see that he does love being at Liverpool right now. But it begs the question, will eventually his head be turned by somebody big? You know, the Real Madrids and Barcelonas of the world. But I'll tell you what, these goals, I mean, they kept on being very, very similar with the twisting and the turning. Even the goal that he didn't score, he ended up setting up for Firmino when he crossed the ball in and Firmino scored it with the inside of his thigh. So even if he's not scoring, he's setting them up. The last goal was, you know, just a typical goal, deflected, and you know the ball came out to him. He got the rebound and scored his 4th goal. But this is getting ridiculous about Mo Salah now. It's getting stupid. This guy is taking the Premier League by storm now. He has really found his place amongst those Liverpool players. He's definitely found a home. The thing I worry about Liverpool is, you know, in the past, you know, I mean, Liverpool fans would tell you, they've had these players and these world-class world beaters, you know, and they've just left Liverpool for other teams. You know, some could argue bigger teams. You had people like Xabi Alonso leaving, Torres going, Suarez. These really, really huge players that are world-class players that go on, you know, to go further their career even and win trophies. I don't know, if I was a Liverpool fan, would I be slightly worried? I would be slightly worried about Mo Salah, that his form is that hot in the Premier League right now. It does seem like the world is talking about him, but at the same time you don't want the world talking about your best players because it brings that attraction from elsewhere, especially from the foreign leagues. You know, I don't know, it would be such a shame if we did lose Mo Salah in terms of, you know, thinking about it as from a Premier League supporter. I would really not like that if Mo Salah ended up going over to the Spanish league. But I think he's very, very similar to Barcelona's players. You know, he's short, he's got that low centre of gravity, he keeps the ball close to him, he's a very intelligent player, deadly finisher clearly. He really does seem like a Barcelona player, but would he fit anywhere in Barcelona? Should I even be speaking about him playing in a Barcelona squad? A Liverpool fan screaming at the screen telling me to shut the F up. I mean, or would he more be suited to Real Madrid, you know, because maybe they'd be more susceptible to be getting rid of Bale than Barca would be to getting rid of any of their players. I don't know, but I mean, Firmino I thought was good as well. But I've got to say, Salah was absolutely incredible again. Liverpool fans, I'm going to ask this question. I have to ask it. It's inevitable. It's the elephant in the room. You got to be realistic. I always say this, and I've got to say the feedback that I get from my subscribers is usually brilliant. You know, they are normally realistic, and I love the realistic, you know, feedback that I get in the comments below. Is in terms of transfer value, what would you give him realistically? What would you say is a fair price for Mo Salah if somebody, if a you know, a super team, a superpower team was to come in across Europe? I'm not saying Liverpool isn't a super team, but I'm just saying a proper global superpower in terms of football was to come across and bid for Mo Salah. What do you think would be a respectable amount for your, in my opinion, he's got to be surely now, especially because Coutinho's gone, your star player? What do you value him? I mean, I'm just going to speak from a complete neutral's point of view. You know, you got these players going now for 200 million. You know, Neymar, I think it was 200 million. Sanchez was crazy amounts, you know, given certain additionals and stuff. But I've got to say, for me, I would probably say outside, if Mo Salah was linked to a £150 million move to Real Madrid, example, or Barcelona, or PSG even, £150 million, I wouldn't be surprised. But then would I be surprised if it was a £200 million bid? I probably wouldn't in this day and age. Could Mo Salah potentially break the world transfer record fee? This would be incredible, you know, if he eventually did. But right now he's a Liverpool player. He's got his contract. He's doing fantastic for the COP. They're loving him every single week in, week out. He's performing on all, you know, levels of the stage right now. Premier League, domestic. He's doing it in Europe as well. He's just an absolute pleasure to watch, and I bet it feels so good to have a player like that in your foot. I mean, I'd never know I support West Ham. I'd never know what it's like to have that kind of quality, you know, consistently week in, week out. Well, actually, we did have this French dude, but I don't want to speak about him too much because my heart still hurts. But yeah, let me know, Liverpool fans, in the comments below. What do you value Mo Salah? That's my question for the video. Neutrals, same question. What do you value Mo Salah? This may be more interest to be speaking to be looking at the comments of the neutrals more than the Liverpool supporters, because they may be adding a little about 50-60 million pound on top biasedly, because I think they probably should do. I'd probably do that as a West Ham fan. I'd probably add a couple more £1 million if somebody's to ask me how much we was to sell, I don't know, Czech Coyote. If I was to add, I don't know, maybe £2 million on top of the actual market value that I value Czech Coyote, it'd probably still be about £2 million. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below, people. Comment, like, subscribe, and as always, keep sharing my stuff. I'll see you all later.